Yo, yo, yo. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Well, that's mean, Dozer. Lutro second. Let's go, Papa. Sorry about the emails. Check, 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 check. You think he seems to be hiding? What's up, Thomas? What's up, Dozer? What's up, Lutros? We're about to start in 2 seconds. All right, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you share and all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the like on the video. You know, what else can I say? Thank you for being here. Tomorrow we're gonna cover some fights. Just give me a second. I'll put the video on and we'll get going. What's up, though, chat? Give me 2 seconds. Almost done here setting up some stuff, and then we'll get right to it. A lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today. When's your kid due? Carson, thanks for asking, man. I was supposed to give a giveaway, so if I tell you, then I can. But I think I'm gonna just chalk the whole giveaway thing in and do some other kind of giveaway because I want to tell you I disliked Miller. That's mean. That's me. What's up, Carson? Welcome, welcome, man. Hope you're having a good night so far. If it's nighttime for you. But what's up, chat? Thank you guys for stopping by. This was like a last minute. Hopefully, do like a talk show thing. Talk about some things. We got a fight night tomorrow, so there's a lot to talk about. What's up, Dozer? I think I'm gonna just tell you, Carson. I think it's okay. I don't think nobody's really pressed about the giveaway thing. You was the first like Dozer. I don't know how you get here before everyone else every single time. It's actually like a kind of incredible, honestly. It's almost like you're like staring at your phone, you know, and like waiting for it to happen. Crazy. Well, what's up, bro? Give me 2 seconds. I'm almost done here. I'm just setting a couple things up, and then we'll get right to it. I gotta share this link. Give me 2 seconds. Sharing the link, and then I'll turn the video on, and we'll be ready to go. I think I could actually turn the video on right now. What's up, chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put this on Twitter and in Discord, and then we'll get going. I gotta do better at like managing everything to have it ready. Add everyone. Bang, bang, bang. There. Then now, Twitter, live talk, show now, through. All right, we're done here. Carson, I think I'm gonna just tell you. Carson, let me know if you're still here, and I'm gonna just tell you, bro. Let me know if you're still here, and I don't mind just, I'm gonna say, screw it, bro. I want to tell people, man. It's something so hard to keep in. I want to tell you guys how long Pookie's been pregnant, and you know, let's get it that way. I think he got caught and paid the price like Rosenstrike. He did get caught I think we could maybe even for a few seconds maybe see how the whole thing transpired, right? Like as far as whether he was unconscious, not fighting back, which we both know he wasn't unconscious, right? Everybody knows he was fighting up, but did he really have a fighting chance while he was fighting up, or was the fight over even if he got to his feet? You know, would Henry have just kept pressing the action and have dominated Dominick Cruz, and was that the beginning of the end? That's $1 million question. There's actually some interviews that I saw today, so you know I try to keep on top of things, where Dominick Cruz said the guy smelled like cigarettes and alcohol. Like he had a long night, and he's speaking of the ref, and that he wasn't all the way there, that he wouldn't look him in the eyes before the fight started. And that's something really interesting to think about. Like if that's true, you know, like if he's questioning the ref and he says, look, the ref should actually be ready, you know, and not in the condition that guy was in, then, you know, then Dominick Cruz has a point. Rosenstrike got caught, but Rosenstrike got put to sleep, Thomas. And that's the thing that we need to talk about, whether it was too early for Dominick Cruz once he got knocked down. Oh, Carson, you are here. Does anybody mind not doing the giveaway so I can just tell Carson when Pookie's due? Zachy is in the building. What's up, Zachy? Tony Ferguson has to fight Poirier or Conor. That's who was saying that today? I think it was Hawani or the Weasel on YouTube. There's a MMA page. The guy's name is the Weasel, and he actually has a great page. I'm not sponsored by him. I wish I was, but he has a great page, and he covers the MMA so thoroughly. And he was just talking about how Tony Ferguson has to see Poirier again, and I think that's pretty interesting. Or Conor. I would love to see a Conor fight. So why you didn't answer my last question? I don't know what you're talking about, Lutros. Dozer, what's up? What's up, Zachy? Hi, Zachy. Me. I'm not doing giveaway. So freaking nobody else is here, right? Like if we don't do the giveaway, how many months is fine. Pookie is due, Carson, for you being here. My kid is due around November, bro. So I'm kind of like, I'm nervous, man, because November is like what? So Pookie's already like 3 months pregnant almost. For everybody in chat, she's gonna be pregnant. Gonna give birth not too far from now. She's already 12 weeks. My baby is the size of a kiwi. Read my last message before the spam. I think I read everything. You wrote Miller, and then you wrote, oh, Miller, I will name your kid Cody. Just I don't know how I missed that. I'm the worst as far as reading. I got a name, and I don't know if I should share with chat. That I don't know. All right, I'm telling AJ Speedy name. Luchos, you're the worst, bro. You're the worst. That was a big point. The UFC has to do a better job of pointing refs if it's true he smelled like cigs and alcohol. That's the thing. Like, if that is true, I was thinking this whole time while I was driving and I was listening to these interviews, because this was happening today, Thomas. Dozer, thank you, by the way. Dozer, thank you so much, man. I'm like really excited to be a dad, man. Honestly, I'm 30 years old and I can't wait. I know, as weird as it sounds, I can't wait to care for a child. But Thomas, what I was gonna tell you is she's gonna get fat, bro. No, she is gonna get fat. She's gonna gain like 25 to 30 pounds. It's actually scary. She's gonna be as big as a house, but I'm excited. But Thomas, I was like, man, what if they just drug tested this ref and found like that he was like way too intoxicated the night before? Like, if that's even possible. I don't know if that's possible. I'm just saying, like, but if it is true that he was actually like, you know, super drunk the day before and like, you know, not all his faculties were there, that's a little disappointing, man. You know? So, I wish there was a way I could delete that message, Lutros. It is true, but stop telling people. I just turned 14th, the 8th. And I didn't get nothing from you, just saying happy late birthday, man. Wait, your birthday was on, what? For the 14th, last month, April 14th? Are you 14 days after me? Not going to be here because I'm playing Minecraft with the boys. Have fun. Valorant tomorrow, Riot. So if not tomorrow, Nate, literally for real, if not tomorrow, for sure on on Thursday because Thursday afternoon I should have off. Tomorrow there's a couple of fights that I kind of want to see. So if not, you know what I mean? Like if not tomorrow, then definitely. But I'll try to make it happen tomorrow. I want to maybe take tomorrow afternoon off too, but for one, I think I can, but I don't know if I should because I could use the money like really bad. So it's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be close. Nade's here. What do you think about Dylan Dennis, Carson? Because the thing about Dylan Dennis is, I think he was calling out Ryan Garcia, and starting amount 1,100. I gotta update my sub count. 0601 $2. Remember, we got fights that we're covering tomorrow, by the way. Anyways, just wanted to let you guys know that. He called out Ryan Garcia where they should box, and then after that they should have an MMA fight. Like, Dylan Dennis is an interesting individual. He doesn't have any notable records on his resume for him to be calling everyone out. So Carson he's an interesting human being, to say the least. You ready for McGregor on July? Is it confirmed, Daniel? Who's he fighting in July? I would love to see him in July. I know Ryan Garcia in boxing is going to fight in July. Supposedly, I think it's going to be Linares. So if you're right, I hope you're right. That'll be amazing. That'll be great. Thursday, or actually, yeah, Nate, I'm going to try to make it as soon as possible. I want to take tomorrow afternoon off. Let's see if I actually can. You know? No, I turned 14 the 8th. Like, oh, I read that backwards. My bad. Like 4 days ago, and I've been following for like a year and a half. So I owe you something, Dozer, like a high five or something. happy birthday, though. Happy late birthday. I love Cruz. It sucked, but he got put in a spot where he was dropped, then was pressed up on the mat, and he was gonna eat shots on the way up. Okay, Thomas, let me play like devil's advocate a little bit, just to defend Dominick Cruz, right? If it wasn't a title fight, tell me if you agree with me or you don't. If it wasn't a title fight, I would have no objections to what happened in the octagon as far as the ref stopping it. But if it is true that Dominic says, for one, it was a title fight, that's number one. A title fight is like, you know, you train your whole life for that. Dominick Cruz says like he's been wanting a title fight for 3 years. But anyways, you fight your whole life for this moment. Supposedly he told the ref, like, let me, like, don't stop the fight. Give me every chance available to continue to fight. So if that's true, number one. Number two, it's a championship fight. Number three, he was on his hands trying to stand up. At one point, you got to say, hey, man, like, maybe it was too early. Now, Henry Cejudo, I wonder what Henry Cejudo thinks, the mind of a fighter, right? Because if Henry Cejudo says, you know what, maybe it was stopped too early, I'll give you another chance and I'll give you another fight. Or, even though he said he's retired, or, you know, he could easily say like, no, I beat you fair and square. I need you. And it was a TKO. I don't need to prove anything. It's really interesting where Dominick Cruz's career goes on from here. It really is. And everybody that's stopping by the stream, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you give a thumbs up on the video. Let's talk a lot about fighting. We could talk about Tony Ferguson. We could talk about Dominick Cruz. We could talk about Conor McGregor in the lightweight division. There's a lot to talk about. But yeah, it's really interesting, Thomas. He also called out Ngannou. Yeah, I don't know why he would call out Ngannou. Ngannou is one of those guys that he hits you once and that's where he just took it too far. Ngannou is too much of a beast. He's just too big, man. Ngannou hits you and it's lights out for like everybody, bro. It's insane. This guy has I think he's on a 4-fight win streak. Ngannou is literally scary, man. He's insane. Ryan Garcia said the Linares fight might not happen on his Instagram live because he said Linares is stuck in Japan. Oh, he's in Japan right now. Why is he in Japan? Do you know why he's in Japan? And I think Ryan Garcia is set for July 4th. So if he is stuck in Japan, who does Ryan Garcia fight? Because I think they wanted to make it happen July 4th. Replay the part in question because it's better to see it again. Yeah, let me we're talking about by you saying replay, you're talking about the Dominick Cruz stoppage, right? He did take, now I'll be fair, Thomas. He did take like 11 unanswered punches, and that's a great argument. It's 11 unanswered punches. I don't know if that's the exact number, But if that was it, I can see why someone would say the fight should have been stopped. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see. I don't know if I could pull it up because that was pay-per-view. I don't think I could pull that up right now, Thomas. I don't know. Can someone tell me if that's like illegal? Like, is that something I can do? Zelme, welcome to the stream. That's the co-host right there. Overall 99 Entertainment. What's up, dog? Welcome for being here, man. Welcome for being here. Thank you for being here. Welcome, bro. He should fight Amanda Nunes. I don't know about that, but Tyson versus Ngannou, no, I don't want to see that. Ngannou's just too big, man. Ngannou is knocking everyone out. The crazy thing is that he walked through freaking Rosenstrike's punches and like clearly knocked him out, which is just insane. Which is just insane. Sorry, I can't seem to talk right now. Honestly, I'm looking for something real quick, and that might be what's going on. But where's my? Give me 2 seconds. All right, so here, right? Talk show. What link is this? Miller's 20. Okay. Users and pictures. Okay, got it. I'm looking for a certain image. So sorry, guys. Miller's right here. I wanted to throw this up here. There we go. Now I'll go here. I just want to have this here. Like, I think that looks okay there. I don't know. We'll see. If anything, it might look horrible when we take it out. But anyways, Ngannou is a Deontay Wilder of MMA. I couldn't have said it any better, Carson. He, at the end of the day, but is he a little more technical than Deontay Wilder? Is he a little smarter in his striking abilities and ability to get closer to an opponent? It's more of a question than a statement I'm asking you, Carson. It's not a rhetorical. I'm honestly asking, because if I had to think of it off the whim, like I would say maybe he's a little more skillful than Deontay Wilder. And not only that, Wilder, like physically, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but physically, he looks like a scarier person. He looks like a scarier person against his opponents than Deontay Wilder looks against his opponents. Like, Ngannou looks like a scientific experiment. Like, he just looks crazy. Yo, Alan, buenas noches, ¿cómo está todo? Gracias por parar por un segundo. Gracias. Te seguro dale el thumbs up. I don't know how to say thumbs up in Spanish, but make sure you like the video. Alan, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por venir. Wazam Alpha. This is the biggest channel. We're doing numbers here on YouTube now, man. Let's go. 14 on a freaking Monday night that I didn't even announce. Like, let's go, Zelma. And then tomorrow we got fights. And Saturday we got fights. So it should be a lot of fun. Yep. And no one will just report it. Garcia calling out everybody. Garcia's a savage, man. Garcia's a savage. He lost to Lewis, though. Who lost to Lewis? Tyson? You're speaking of Tyson, right? Miller was like me earlier today. What do you mean by that, Zelman? Oh, okay, Thomas. Okay, Thomas. Let's slow it. Bro, Cruz, I like his style of fighting, how unorthodox he is and throwing punches from angles. I think the fight was turning to Dominick Cruz's favor until he got caught with that knee. And he owns up to making the mistake. But was the stoppage too early? Trey, what's up, man? We might have to switch to YouTube, but Trey, question for you. I just want to know, if you can't talk about it for long, I just want to ask you, was the Dominick Cruz stoppage too early? Was it too early? Carson, what do you mean by why do you think race is such a big thing in boxing? Can you expound on that? Like, what do you necessarily mean? Like, because throughout history, race was a huge thing in boxing, as far as like when it was like Joe Louis versus I forget who exactly, Max. It was, they called it like the I don't know, they called it like the fight like with about one race versus the other, like black versus white. You know, I forget like what exactly was it called, but what do you exactly mean, Carson? Can you expound on that? I have some money out tomorrow. Are you gonna be around tomorrow, Trey? 1080p looks good on you. It's working fine. Okay, let's go. Francis is gonna lost to Derek the Black Beast. Oh, I thought you were talking about Lennox Lewis, and he did, but he's on a 4-fight win streak. I think he's He's just a different animal right now, bro. And God knew that is. Who can beat him in the heavyweight division? Because the thing is, when he connects, people fall. It's like the whole Deontay Wilder right hand thing. We're talking about Dominick Cruz, right? Overall, Zelme, yes, he did have like 11, but they weren't 11 punches where he just took the punches and didn't do anything about it. He was trying to fight up to his feet, and you gotta give him that. Your uncle was saying that it was an early stoppage, Trey, is what you're telling me. But I mean, his arms were literally flat out, like he was face planting. He was. Well, the interesting thing about that, Trey, hear me out. I sound like I'm freaking Dominick Cruz lawyer because I'm defending him more than I'm like criticizing it. Trey, I said a little bit ago, when it's a championship fight, if it wasn't a championship fight, okay, you know, call the fight, it's over. I heard about the Stipe and DC stuff too, Thomas. That's another interesting thing. But Trey, when it's a championship fight, you gotta like let it go as long as you can let it go. Plus, since his face was buried, he was getting hit on his head, but not necessarily like right on his face. And there's still movement. He's still working up. It's not like he's just like laid out. Like he's trying to get up on his feet. It's just Henry Cejudo, man. He doesn't let up. But it's a championship fight, man. And then supposedly the ref smelled like cigarettes and alcohol, and he wouldn't look Dominick Cruz in the eye before the fight. Like he wasn't all the way there. It's just interesting. Thomas, that's a good point. But remember, like he might be going towards his prime right now, where I'm sure he's working on certain things, Thomas, like as far as he's not going to be that bad on the ground. So doesn't he like live at the UFC's like headquarters or something like that, where like he trains like all day? Like I'm sure Ngannou is like just improving, and we can see. And he just looks so strong in the octagon. He's scary, in a good way, right? Like, but then again, a person that relies just on strength and no technique, they always meet their downfall. Look at Deontay Wilder. He fought someone like Tyson Fury. The only difference is that Ngannou's not going to fight someone that weighs 40 or 50 more pounds than him, like Deontay Wilder did. Maybe like a few punches early, maybe. That's the thing. Like, it's hard to call because, look, I can't blame the ref, right? Let me play both sides here. I can't blame the ref because if you see, you know how much pressure it is for if something goes wrong for Dominick Cruz, like in the long run in his career, because the fight wasn't stopped, how guilty the ref will feel and how much blame he would get. So you got to think about that too. The pressure that he feels, seeing Dominick Cruz get hit on the ground, even though he was trying to fight his way up on his feet. You're trying to protect the fighter, even from themselves. You got to protect them sometimes. So I understand, you know. Stipe wrecked Ngannou, then I'm sure DC would avoid punches and wrestle him down. DC is a lot smaller as far as height and reach. What if Ngannou just keeps a distance where DC can't get close and take him down? Like, it's, you know, styles make fights, and DC's smaller, right? Where like, I don't know, it's really tough, Thomas, and that's what's so fun to talk about like these kind of like matchups. But yeah, maybe Ngannou on the ground, he's useless, right? It'd be like Khabib and Conor, but heavyweight. There's another theory, Thomas, that I have. I think Conor will do a lot better against Khabib if they rematch. I truly believe Conor McGregor has a good chance the second time against Khabib. Not saying he'll win. I think he'll do a lot better. Cejudo has finished tons of fights like that. Trey, great point. And that's why I'm stuck where today I was thinking about this a ton. I was thinking about this a lot. And who knows if I'm right or wrong, man. It's one of those things where we just don't know. Guys, if you haven't, by the way, for everybody that's here right now, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. We're at like 8 likes. We have 12 people, man. We used to average like what, 6, 7. We got like 12 people. We're doing numbers. We're at almost 1,200 subs. We're at 1,132. We're doing like big numbers when we do these commentary. So thank you guys. Watching Ngannou versus Stipe. Have you heard GSP might fight again? I think he should stay retired, man. I'll watch the Ngannou versus Stipe, but I think GSP should stay retired, man. He's up there in age. DC's shaped like Zelme now. Trey, bro. They want him to fight Masvidal or something. If he fights against Masvidal, I think he's in trouble. Justin has a good shot at knocking the out of Khabib. Dominick Cruz got caught, good stoppage. Ryan Bader has a chance at Ngannou. Takes a dominant wrestler with yes. And that's what Thomas was arguing for as far as like a dominant wrestler. DC could scurry enough to avoid power. What's up, Steeler Nation, baby? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, by the way. I appreciate your thoughts and kind of breaking that all down. I think Justin, if he could keep it, if he could keep it from not going to the ground, Justin Gaethje looked incredible. Fantastic, spectacular on Saturday. I was listening to was it Joe Rogan or it might have been the Weasel, but I was listening to one of them. Sebastian, welcome to the stream, man. Always showing love. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for always stopping by, man. And it was Joe Rogan or the Weasel or some MMA guy, right? I'm pretty sure it was one of those two. And they were saying that Justin Gaethje, his problem was he would always get hit too much. Somebody in the comments wrote, Justin Gaethje realized that it's easier to win when you don't get hit so much and then you do most of the hitting. It was funny. But anyways, it was Joe Rogan or the Weasel saying that the corner, right? And I guess I didn't hear it that day on Saturday. But supposedly Justin Gaethje's corner, because he looked a little winded in the second or third. And I literally said during the fight commentary, like, even though Justin Gaethje is winning right now, I literally said these words. Even though he's winning right now, he looks a little winded. I said that at about the second or third round. I think I said that the second round. I said Justin Gaethje's breathing a little hard in his corner. Now, his corner says to him, listen, take about 10% off of the punches. You're trying to knock out Tony Ferguson with one punch. And then Joe Rogan or the Weasel or somebody said, like, you're not going to knock out Ferguson with one punch. It's just, he's too tough, right? But anyways, they said, take about 10% off your punches, right? When you're trying to knock, when you're fighting against Ferguson. They're giving him this advice during the fight. And he took it, I guess apparently he took like at least just 10% off the punches when he was swinging at Ferguson. He looked composed. He didn't overexert himself after the third round. And he looked to kind of like have recovered in the fourth and fifth round. Gaethje looked incredible. Gaethje looked just like, I was like dumbfounded. He looked great. He wasn't overexerting himself. He was punching, but not overcommitting. And he won the fight clearly. I think it was a good stoppage as well, too. That stoppage I can't really argue with because Ferguson had no answer. Dominick Cruz, even though he was, the fight was close. He lost the first round because he didn't really strike much. But the second round, the tide was turning until he got caught with that knee. So, Gaethje just looked incredible. I was impressed, honestly. Or you calling DC cute? Yeah, Zelmy, I think that's what Trey's trying to tell you. But I knew you'd say something about me. Who's the best of the young boxing lightweights? We could take a look at the rankings, right? As far as pound for pound, right? Is this a separate window? Wait, hold on. Can I get this? Why is it not letting me get this window? There we go. We could look at the rankings in a little bit, right? But what do I use? BoxRec most of the time? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let's go to BoxRec and look at the rankings by BoxRec at the moment. Okay, here we go. Pound for pound, no, let's go lightweight. And I'll put this on the screen for you guys. All right. Lightweight. I think you guys can see this. Oh no, I think you guys were seeing it the whole time. Hold on a second. Okay. No. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. I don't know. That might be too small to see, but we got Lomachenko. You said young, right? So Davis would qualify. Devin Haney would qualify. Comey is a little up there, and he lost to Teofimo Lopez by second round knockout, and he got knocked out cold. Linares is oldest. Linares is up there in age. Ryan Garcia. I guess you gotta say Davis, Haney, Garcia, right? who's the best out of those young guys. If I'm missing a name, let me know. But right now, I would say, bro, I would say Ryan Garcia, man. Maybe I'm buying into the hype and I'm wrong, because he does sometimes swing with his chin up like Tony Ferguson, but his speed is second to none. He has power. He's beating people impressively. It's a tough one. He absolutely murdered Tony. Yeah. Oh, you heard that same analysis, Trey? Yeah, that he took like 10% off of his punches, and it worked wonders for him. I mean, he didn't Gaethje finishes in the first or second round. If not, he's done. Oh, Teofimo is one. Yes, that's another one. I'm sorry, Carson. I literally mentioned him against Comey and didn't think of him as a young fighter. Teofimo Lopez, if he fights Lomachenko, I could see him losing that fight. But as far as fighting Haney, Garcia, and Davis, I think he could beat any of those three. I truly do think that. So you might be right. I don't know why. I was thinking of Davis, Haney, and Garcia. But if you throw Teofimo into the mix, I think he's probably the best one. I made a video. I put him in my top 5 young fighters of 2020. He's that good, Carson. He's that good. He's that good. I truly think that Teofimo is that good, and he's dangerous, man. Give me a second. Right now they have Errol Spence listed at welterweight. Why is it asking me for my username and password? I know I have one, but I forget. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know why it's asking me for. Can I just not do this? What the hell? All right, let me It never asked me for my freaking. I don't know my username, bro. Give me 2 seconds. That's tilting. I guess I can't check box right now, but yeah, Errol Spence is another savage, bro. Another savage. With the whole, I wonder, because of the whole car crash, do you think he's gonna be a different fighter? I would love to see Masvidal versus McGregor, Sebastian. I would love to see that fight. I want to see a Ferguson versus Gaethje too. I think the 2 weight cuts had some effect. That's what a lot of people are saying right now, Thomas. And I'm gonna make sure I read everything. My bad. I read backwards sometimes. But yeah, I mean, and he prepared for Khabib for remember, this is the 5th time this fight got canceled. He's been preparing for a grappler. Then in a few weeks' notice, you got to fight a striker. It's a little unfair, right? So his corner is nice for that. That was great advice. The funnier thing, Trey, is that supposedly while Tony Ferguson was getting whooped, Eddie Bravo was supposedly saying good striking or beautiful striking, Tony. What beautiful striking? Tony was getting destroyed. So supposedly that's what Eddie Bravo was saying on Tony's corner, but I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I was shocked he wasn't throwing haymakers. That's what I'm used to. And he usually does, but he was very composed. He fought a great fight. As far as Masvidal versus McGregor, Masvidal might take that fight. I think McGregor is literally up there though. I think he wants to be great, and he might be. I think if he fights Ferguson, I think he could beat Ferguson. If he fights Khabib a second time, I think he could beat Khabib. But it's just really tough to say. Do you think fighting Garcia is a risky fight for Tank? Yes, I do. I've been arguing this, Sebastian, for a while. The reason why is just because styles make fights, right? Not saying that he's not better than Garcia or Garcia is better than Tank. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is 5'10". Davis is 5'5". Garcia got incredible hand speed where it just might not be stylistically a good fight for Tank to take. But Tank is going to have some issues, man, because he's having so much trouble keeping his weight down. So once he goes up in weight, he's going to fight bigger people, but he's not growing anymore. You know what I mean? He's just going to have some trouble moving up from lightweight to middleweight or welterweight. I think he's gonna, like, you know, Floyd did the same thing, but Floyd was 5'8", and Floyd didn't rely on power. I think Floyd is like 5'8", where Davis is 5'5", and he kind of relies on the power, right? So I don't know. It's tough to say. I know Gaethje fights Khabib next, but what do you think of Gaethje versus McGregor? That's a tough one, bro. That's a tougher fight for McGregor than, I don't know. I guess that's not fair to say what I was thinking. Gaethje versus McGregor. McGregor has a devastating left hand that if he lands it, anyone is in a world of trouble, right? Let's just call it what it is. McGregor has knockout power. So does Gaethje. McGregor gets tired in the later rounds. So does Gaethje. But not this last fight. Gaethje fought perfectly. So, Thomas, I didn't, honestly, until you mentioned it, I didn't even think about this fight much. I've been thinking about Gaethje versus Khabib. I've been thinking about McGregor versus Ferguson, or Ferguson versus Poirier, or McGregor versus Masvidal. I haven't thought about at all McGregor versus Gaethje. So that's a great fight to think about. A great fight to think about. Yeah, weight is a huge factor for Sebastian. It kind of scares me a little bit, Sebastian, because let's say if he didn't have a problem for the rest of his career making 135, Davis will be set. I think he'll be okay. But because he has to, it's just a little scary. Sebastian, thank you for the question, man. Sebastian and Thomas, those are really good questions right there. Agree, El Cucu's mistake. He peaked twice, came in overtrained, did not perform like his normal self. Overtrained fighters are flat, lack that explosive timing, tenacity. Props to Justin. Steeler Nation, you might be absolutely right. I mean, it's one of those things. Guys, make sure you give the thumbs up on the video too, by the way, guys. Thank you. Yeah, Ferguson, let's call it what it is. This is another thing. He didn't look himself. Let's just be honest. Gaethje won that fight fair and square, clear, right? Was a better fighter that night. Ferguson didn't have that gas tank where he just kept pressing forward. Was it because he didn't have an answer for Gaethje? Somebody said that he should have took the fight to the ground, or somebody said that Justin Gaethje was a D1 wrestler in this chat. I was wondering, why did Ferguson never take the fight to the ground? I was listening to Luke Thomas. Bro, this is all I do all day at work. Listen to interviews and commentaries and all that stuff, right? Luke Thomas was saying, let's take a look at Ferguson's career. This is a really good point. Ferguson, why didn't he take the fight to the ground? Why didn't he change anything? If you look at Ferguson's last couple of fights, remember he's on a 12-fight win streak or whatever it is. Ferguson doesn't really attempt takedowns. I think he's only his takedown percentage and the amount of times he tried to take the fight to the ground is lower than what most people would think. He doesn't really take the fight to the ground. Usually they're scrambles to the ground because of knockdown or something like that, but he doesn't really. So that's not really Ferguson's game. His history, yes. Hold on, before you guys think I'm crazy. Ferguson, yes, great wrestler. That's how he started. Not saying that. But what I am saying is that he doesn't really take the fight to the ground himself as far as taking people down. It's not his game. He usually overwhelms you with the striking and pressing forward, but he wasn't able to do that. He was just not able to do that. Anwar Safar. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but what's up, bro? Thank you for stopping by. Guys, Conor smoked Justin. Remember Alvarez and Dustin. Are you saying Conor will smoke Justin? Is that what you're saying? And Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, I think, is a different fighter nowadays, though. I'll be honest. Now, as far as Conor smoking Justin, I think it'll be a close fight, but Dana said Khabib. Conor wants that fight, but Dana said Khabib. As far as Gaethje versus Khabib, right? Yeah, I mean, guys, what about Gaethje and Khabib? Is Khabib going to be able to get inside? What if Khabib gets clipped by Gaethje coming inside? And Gaethje's not a bad wrestler either. But then again, Khabib, when he takes somebody down, he has not lost. Just be honest. Khabib has not lost. And it's really interesting. Conor's left hand is invisible. Lights out. Night, Justin. Steeler. That's the thing. I think that's a perfect fight for Conor, being a southpaw, fighting Justin. Justin, yeah, he's a great stand-up fighter with power punches, but Conor McGregor has a good chin. Justin gets hit a lot. He didn't last time. He looked impressive, but if I had to bet on that fight, I think I'd go Conor. That's a tough one, though. Miller, give us emojis. Is there a way to do that? Mikkel, welcome to the stream as well, bro. Welcome. What's up? Finally catching one of these shows. Damn European times. What time is it for you? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's like 3, 4 a.m. for you, right? Or Mahalo. Or Mikkel. You told me to call you Mikkel, right? What's up, man? Welcome back, by the way. We've been doing the commentaries, but I know like with the time schedule is so hard. But thank you so much for stopping by again, man. I really appreciate all the support. We're almost at 1,200 subscribers, man. It's incredible. It's incredible how a fighter with a 12-win fight streak never fought for a title. It's one of the most tragic MMA stories. Tony should have never took the fight. Mikkel, I remember us having a whole conversation of like, is it Mikkel or Michael? But anyways, and I probably forgot, right? But hear me out, bro. I was thinking about this at work too. I get all the time in the world to think because all I do is drive. I think Ferguson made a mistake on taking the fight against Gaethje. I really think he made a mistake. Because if you're training for a grappler all this time, you already weight cutted once. If you know you could get Khabib in September, August, not only for the fight, which is maybe not something that Tony Ferguson cares about, but I was thinking like the money that he loses in losing to Gaethje. Now he's not going to get the Khabib fight. Gaethje's going to get a huge payday. Ferguson missed out on that because he lost to Gaethje. In hindsight, yeah, I think you're right. I think he shouldn't have taken that fight. That's my opinion as well. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Conor will smoke Justin. Wicked left hand. Yeah, and that left hand just like a straight bullet. Great chin also. That Irish timing beats speed. That precision beats Justin's power. The loss to Khabib helps Conor versus Justin. Justin is just a punching bag. Steeler, you might be right. You might be absolutely right. I think I could say this now. Hi, baby mama. What's up? Getting ready for bed? Okay. We have 14 viewers, by the way, on a day that wasn't announced, babe. That's really good. You want to say hi to everybody? Well, they probably can't hear you. Yeah. No. I don't think they can see you. No, they can't. For me, it's 10 p.m. Yeah, for me, it's 10:23 right now. Bro, I'm working right now. Need to sub. Yeah, please do, Steeler. Please. About time we get some cool dude with some solid MMA knowledge with some good discussions. Thank you, Steeler Nation. Yeah, make sure you sub. Stop on by. We're going to be doing a fight commentary tomorrow. Any fight that's on. We did the Gaethje versus Ferguson. And we've been grinding, man. We've gotten a bunch of subs in a couple of weeks because people have been loving the content. So thank you, Steeler Nation, for hanging out, man. Make sure you do. Do you honestly think Khabib and Tony ever fight? That's a great question. I know what that means now, Zelmy. She said hi, everyone, by the way. You guys didn't know I'm gonna be a dad that I announced this weekend, so it's gonna be crazy. Khabib and Tony, do I think they will ever fight? Tell me. Thanks for hanging out, by the way, too. That's the co-host right there. That's the homie. Make sure you check him out. Khabib and Tony, thinking about it right now. If I had to guess right now, gun to my head, if I'm right, I live. If I'm wrong, I die. Do I think they will ever fight? I hope I'm wrong. I think it's going to be really hard for Ferguson to recover from this. He's 36 years old. He took a bunch of damage, a ton of damage. I don't think he fights Khabib. I don't. Yo, Mikkel, the $3.49, and that's Euro money. So that's like $5 in US money, I believe, because your money is worth more out there than out here. Yo, thank you so much for the $3.50, man. Thank you so much, which is like $5 for us. So thank you, bro. That's the first time I got a donation outside the US. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. It means the world to me, man. It honestly means the world to me. Thank you, bro. I can't say thank you enough. It's really nice of you. I am a cool dude with solid MMA. You are a cool dude with solid MMA knowledge, Thomas. You are. I'll make sure you said hi, Zam, and everything. Yo, Steeler Nation, baby. Thank you for the subscription, by the way. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mikkel and Steeler Nation. Mikkel, that's the first time I'm doing it. That's something I'm always gonna remember, man. Mikkel, I'll always remember you for doing that. Let's be real. I think Khabib is facing a real opportunity of having a 1 on his record. by fighting Gaethje, right? You're saying, Thomas? Because let's talk about it. I think yes. I think the thing is this. I sound like Floyd Mayweather. The thing is this. If you ever see his interviews, yes, Khabib has never lost. I'm not saying he's gonna lose to Gaethje. I'm just saying that there's a lot of tape on him, and if Gaethje could just find a way to stay off the ground, and if he does get taken down, maybe not panic and find a way to just keep Khabib off of him for a while. He's a better striker than Khabib. He seriously has a chance. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video, by the way, too. Just another reminder. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you sub if you haven't already. Please do. Gaethje, my dog's in the background. If Gaethje could just find a way to not go to the ground, and he fights Khabib and he keeps distance and he lands big shots, or if Khabib gets caught coming in, Gaethje has a real chance. So yeah, Thomas, what do you think about the Khabib versus Gaethje? But I would have to agree with you. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Zelmi. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know what it means now, because when you said that last time, I was like, what does that mean? How long have I been on? 47 minutes. I'm only gonna be here for an hour max. So, but I wasn't even planning to do the talk show today. But I got home. I'm like, yo, I got time to do it. Tomorrow we got some fights, so should be a lot of fun. That's a great point. The problem, and I heard someone saying that today too. I think it was a Weasel again. The problem with Gaethje is that he said, and to what you said, that his wrestling cardio isn't good. That's absolutely right. Even if he's able to get up, he'll probably get tired on his way up. But Gaethje might be. This is another theory that I've been messing with, Mikkel. I could be really wrong, but that is a big disadvantage against Khabib. Gaethje said he was terrified to fight Ferguson. He didn't look that confident. But then when he gets in the octagon, he did great. What if he's just saying my wrestling cardio sucks? Then he fights Khabib and he doesn't even have to wrestle, or he actually does pretty good at it. I don't know if you think Gaethje's maybe playing mind games. That's a very speculative thing to say, right? But I was thinking about this a lot. I was like, what if Gaethje, that's his way? Like, if he fights Khabib, he's probably going to say something like, I'm terrified of going into the ground with him. Nobody has survived on the ground, and I'm just terrified, and I'm really scared of taking down because he takes everybody down. And then he fights Gaethje and he doesn't get taken down. Like, it just seems like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, seems like, I don't know. Like, he maybe plays mind games and sounds innocent. And he is a good wrestler, Thomas. That's the thing. If he finds a way to stay on his feet, this could be really, really dangerous for Khabib, because Gaethje hits hard. But Khabib is Khabib, man. He has never failed. He's undefeated, got an O on his record. It could be one of those things where it's inevitable. He takes people down, and then what? I think Gaethje will really struggle being on the ground trying to fight Khabib off. I can't wait for tomorrow, Zelmi. I can't wait. It has been really fun today, by the way, too, chat. For the 13 people here, thank you. Tomorrow we're back doing the commentary on the Teixeira versus Smith. Hopefully we get some good fights tomorrow. And then we got Saturday as well, too. So Mikkel, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I did hear about Khabib taking. I think Cormier said that, I think he expressed the same thing, where he said, I seen this guy take down, world-class wrestlers. And if that's true, Gaethje's in trouble, man, but what if Gaethje just does enough to keep him off of him? Just what if, it's, I like, before, Sebastian asked how Arnold is doing, by the way. Sebastian, if you're still here, Arnold is chilling, bro. Arnold is right here. He's chilling. Before the Ferguson and Gaethje fight, everybody was saying, but if Gaethje wins, let's just say Gaethje wins, right? Like, if it's like magical that Gaethje wins somehow, because nobody, like, people gave Gaethje a chance, but not a real chance. But they were saying, if Gaethje wins, then that ruins the Ferguson and Khabib fight. That's what everybody was saying. as if to say the Gaethje fight isn't as exciting, right? This is before the Saturday. I think right now, I think, you guys let me know, but I really truly think that the Gaethje and Khabib fight is very interesting. If not as interesting, very close as far as Khabib and Gaethje instead of Khabib and Ferguson. I think that fight is still very, very, very interesting. Oh yeah, you butchered Poirier's name. I think Gaethje is a down. Not only is he ugly, but he's got heart. He's got heart. He's got no quit in him. I didn't know he had a twin brother. What if his twin brother fought Tony? Bro, what if they switched rounds or whatever? I don't know. But yeah, Gaethje was just phenomenal. And I, the good thing about here is that, like, we try not to be biased, right? So we try to look at the fights, objectively. And objectively, I think it was fair to say that Ferguson was a favorite against Gaethje. Ferguson has so many weapons where Gaethje just has, great striking and, a little bit of wrestling, but Ferguson does everything almost better. Submissions from the back, attacking the guard. Ferguson was like, he's a threat, right? Because he's unorthodox, he has a multitude of weapons. But looking at Gaethje, we have to admit, he looked incredible. Gaethje looked phenomenal. And now we can seriously talk about Khabib and Gaethje. And that's actually an exciting fight to talk about nowadays. It actually is an exciting fight to talk about. The truth is that the UFC does not give him a damn about Tony because it does not earn enough for Uncle Dana like other fighters. Let's face it, he could even reach 20 consecutive victories. You're saying like he's not going to get another title fight or anything like that, Anwar? Is that what you're saying? Like they don't really care about Tony in that sense? I think that's what you're saying. Or if that is what you're saying, I mean, right now he's 36. He just took a big loss, a lot of punishment, and you might be right. I think I don't know. It's to think about Ferguson's future is a little sad right now. He might have to fight Poirier, Conor, and what if he loses 2 times in a row? Then where will his career go? It's sad to think about because I really wish the Khabib and Ferguson fight would have happened before the Ferguson-Gaethje fight. I truly do think that. Khabib once took Barbosa's high kick on the chin and just brushed it off like nothing. Gaethje deserves a spotlight in pay-per-view points. What a story he has been. He has been an incredible story. Khabib, and Ferguson canceled for a 5th time. With the whole quarantine and the whole pandemic, Gaethje comes out, I wonder, this is another thing too. Remember he was supposed to fight Ferguson about 2-3 weeks ago instead of like this past weekend? Would the fight have gone any differently if Gaethje didn't have that extra time? Or would it have been the same thing? Gaethje fought the perfect fight and he's lucky to have everything go the way. Yeah, I agree. And it's just sad because should Ferguson have tried to take the fight to the ground, or do you think nothing would have went differently? What do you guys think? Gaethje fought the perfect. Yep. Tony was fighting Khabib before. He was supposed to 5 times, and it since 2016 or something like that, 2017. Fight has been canceled 5 times. You think MMA fighters are ever going to get paid as well as boxers? That's a great question. If I had to guess right now, I would say no. Let's see what Dana White is doing a great job. The beautiful thing about about MMA and UFC is that the beautiful thing about MMA and the UFC is that Dana White is doing a great job. If you lose, it's not as detrimental to your career as losing in boxing. You lose in boxing once or twice and your value diminishes greatly. When the MMA, you can have 5 losses, 6 losses, 7 losses and still make a name for yourself, which is incredible. I think it's great. But the amount of money high tier, top tier boxers make, or the UFC ever get like that, Conor McGregor kind of kicked the door down in that sense. Ronda Rousey, I guess it's all about like pay-per-views and the people that watch. They need stars. Boxing had people like, Pacquiao, Mayweather, De La Hoya. Boxing is also an older sport as far as like being televised on, several networks. But maybe in the future, but it's going to take a while. And I'm just working out my thoughts for like live, right? Something I could definitely keep thinking about. But maybe yes, but not the majority. For example, like there's so many MMA fighters, so many people fighting that to break out and be a star is going to be really hard. But if you do, you could make it's going to be tough. It's going to take some years just because the UFC is like younger, age wise than boxing. Boxing has been around since like the 1800s, 1900s, as far as like, being a popular sport, where the UFC is going to take a while. Remember, there were big fights like, what was it? Dempsey versus Smelly. I forget who it was. Dempsey versus whoever. That was a huge fight. Jack Johnson versus, I forget who he was supposed to fight. The white guy that they made it like a race thing. Big heavyweights fights have been happening for years. Before Ali, there were like Joe Louis. Boxing has such a vast history that UFC is going to take some time, in my opinion. But they're doing okay right now. I think the UFC is doing a great job. Bellator and other organizations. The fight looks like Tony was fighting Gaethje. Oh, he was definitely fighting Gaethje's fight, not his own. But he didn't look like himself. I would admit that. He didn't look like himself. So yeah, and you think it was a lack of energy? It could have really been the weight cut because he didn't look like himself. Was it a pride thing? The people are also saying that he's prideful and didn't want to take the fight to the ground or wanted to beat Gaethje at his own game. I don't know if I buy into that though. Gaethje surprised himself. He said he had 3 rounds of hell in him. The extra weeks were definitely an advantage for Justin. He had more time to prepare cardio mentally. He matched Tony's will. Mikel, that's a great way of putting it. I think I have to agree with you at this moment. I think having an extra few weeks, I think definitely helped him, because if you fight Ferguson, you have to work on your cardio, and any extra time to work on that is definitely going to help you. So I would have to agree with you. Khabib was overrated, padded record. Interesting. Let's talk about it. Tony, biggest mistake, should have waited for. I agree. I think he should have waited for Khabib. I 100% agree. Peaked twice, overtrained. Tony was not himself. Rematch. After Khabib misses weight or pulls out, it's really unfortunate what happened to him, guys. And we're just about to finish up. We'll be live for like 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll get off. But yeah, I think in hindsight, as someone said, I think he should have waited for Khabib. I think he shouldn't have taken this Gaethje fight. Should have just waited a little bit and took this fight. Do you think people are showing Tony Ferguson enough respect? What's up, Ezekiel? Welcome to the stream. It's mixed, because I feel a lot of people do feel bad for Ferguson. Are they showing him enough respect? I mean, Conor isn't, right? Conor's saying that Ferguson wasn't like basically he said that Ferguson is overhyped, that he's not the fighter that we thought, right? Or in that sense, Conor said something along those lines. To have a 12-fight win streak and to do it, to be on top of the game for this long. Unfortunately, he didn't have really title fights, but is he getting enough respect? I mean, people are giving him a ton of respect for having the type of chin where like anybody else would have got knocked out. So people are crediting him that. But I don't know. That's a good question. I think he is getting enough respect. I would say so, but I'm a little worried about where his career goes from here. We all know that Ferguson, mindset-wise, he's very strong-willed, and he has the mind to make a strong comeback. But is his body gonna feel the same? Like the body takes a toll, right? And he took a lot of strikes. He's gonna need some time to heal. I hope he takes some time off. But how much time can you take off when you're 36 years old? We didn't even talk about the Dominick Cruz or Conor stuff much. So I guess we'll have to do that some other time. I mean, tomorrow we're gonna be live, so Michelle Waters. Unfortunately, I feel like Waterson is gonna regret the way she fought. Obviously, she lost, right? But I think she had a real chance of winning that fight, Thomas. Yeah, those are two ex champions and one interim champion. Yeah, Mikel. Like I think Tony made, and I didn't really speak on the overrated part. I really spoke on the Tony should have waited. Khabib dominates every opponent he fights. Barboza is no slouch. I remember seeing that fight where Barboza hit, the way he snaps his kicks. He's just so scary, right? And what Khabib was able to do to him, a Brazilian black belt, jiu-jitsu black belt, right? Khabib is a scary human being. Let's just see if he finds someone that he can't take down, and if he'll be able to adjust. That's the $1 million question. You know what I mean? Well, Carson, what was that? I'm sorry. I would love to see Khabib not able to take someone down, maybe the first or second round. I would love to see how he adjusts, because I think mindset wise, such a strong person. Y'all loud as hell. Am I loud? Or you mean like the chat? Just got back from a little cruise with the crew. Ardanis, welcome to the stream, man. I'm about to get off soon, man. Main Jorge Masvidal, right? Who does he get next, bro? Because McGregor might get Ferguson, bro. Khabib's gonna get Gaethje. McGregor might get Ferguson. Who does Masvidal get next? Ardanis? Bro, we have 15 people here. It's been a great episode, by the way. Our average viewers are just going up and up and up. Like, as far as, like, you know, for the fight nights, we get like hundreds of viewers sometimes, which is insane. But as far as like my talk shows, where I would usually get like, you know, 7, 8, 5, 6. We're at like 16 right now. We hit 18. Like, we're doing great today. So, guys, I just really want to say thank you. We're going to keep killing it. Tony might be one of those fighters who needs to be stopped for optimal future health. Yeah. Taking damage and receiving, exactly. Even though it may not look like it has its limits, it's definitely going to take a toll on his body. Tony may never be the same again. Let's hope not. That's what I'm saying, Mikel. I 100% agree with you. That's my worry. If that he doesn't take enough time off, he's 36 years old. How much did that really impact Tony's career? Because he's been on a winning streak. When you lose the way he did, completely dominated, where does he go from here? Does he fight McGregor? Does he fight Poirier? What if he loses 2 fights in a row? What does he do from there, man? What does he do? GSP versus Khabib, it's our best hope to dethrone that patterned record. GSP's older now. I think GSP should just stay retired. He retired on top. He should just stay retired. Khabib don't want to. Khabib, we gotta give him his respect, Steelers. We gotta give him his respect. At the end of the day, he dominates everybody he fought against. But that's what I'm saying. What if he's not able to take down Gaethje? He might have a lot of trouble in his hands. That's why, I really, guys, let's be honest. Let me know if you guys remember. But before the Ferguson fight, nobody wanted to think about Gaethje and Khabib. I think a lot of people want to see this fight now, in my opinion. You guys let me know. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video as well, too. But yeah, like, I really want to see Gaethje and Khabib now. Because if Khabib takes down Gaethje, dominates him, when Ferguson wasn't able to do so, like, Khabib just looks that much more dangerous. So it's pretty crazy. I was not impressed with Ferguson either, Ardanis. Yes, bro, man. That Tony, unfortunately, will no longer have any chance for the title. He didn't give it to him when it was his right to figure it out now after this heavy... Yeah, it's really sad, man. It's a really sad story. Poopy, welcome to the stream, bro. Welcome. Steeler, that's a good point. He is a young 37. So, GSP did an interview. I forget who it was with. Maybe you guys could find it one of these days. But GSP talked about, like, him trying to negotiate a fight with Khabib, and there were talks about it. But at the time, Khabib's camp didn't want it. And did they not want it because the Conor McGregor fight was happening? Probably. Or what if they don't want no part of GSP? Because GSP all around fighter. GSP is a real deal. So Steelers Nation, you might have a good point. But you might have a little mileage, unlike Ferguson, but I don't know. He retired on top. I just feel he should stay that way. But if he really wants all the glory and risk his career and what he has going on, then why not, right? But it's something really interesting to think about. I think I got to get off, guys, now soon. It was a really fun episode. Make sure you guys hit hit the bell for post notifications, because a lot of times people tell me, like, bro, I didn't know you were live, and they catch it afterwards. That's fine. But I've said this before. I want to do talk shows like this at least 3 times a week. But with my work schedule, it's really hard. So I've been doing like once or twice a week, you know. But eventually, hopefully, do this more times a week. But make sure you hit the bell for post notifications so you guys know when I'm live, so we can do these. And then tomorrow we'll be on for the live commentary. Sebastian, I don't know if you called me earlier. You asked about Arnold. Arnold is doing great. You see him? Arnold wanted to say what's up. Khabib most wins were prior to UFC styles and matchups. I mean, but he beat Barbosa. That's a reputable name, man. You know? He beat Barbosa, Johnson, Dos Anjos, you know? McGregor dominated Poirier. Poirier was a closer fight than people might have imagined. But he beat McGregor. McGregor's no slouch. Let's just be honest. We do got to give him credit for the wins that he has. GSP is badass. I agree, Sebastian. GSP says Khabib wig smells. Did he actually say that? No, he didn't. Should just stay retired. I agree. My comment about Khabib not being overrated was for still. Oh, yeah. No, I know. GSP did that interview with Ariel. Oh, okay. See, thanks for bringing that up. UFC didn't want it. Oh, is that what? Okay, because they don't want a one-off fight of him potentially winning the title and then retire again like he did against Bisping. Oh, got you. But supposedly Khabib's camp wasn't really that interested in it either. I think, Mikkel, you can fact check me on that. But I'm pretty sure that's what GSP said. Let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's what he said too. But yeah, I mean, GSP is a threat, but he's 37. Like, just stay retired, in my opinion. Arnold the GOAT, he is a legend. Best cartoon ever. We've been on for an hour and 7 minutes. Let's start getting ready to sign off. Let me know, guys, if you guys have any questions that we could briefly touch on. We'll sign off. Remember, we're back here tomorrow, so please hit the bell for post notifications so you can know when I'm live, right? And we'll be back tomorrow. Today we did numbers, man. The stream is growing, and that's really exciting. So thank you, guys. Agree. Khabib is a phenom on the ground. He is. He's scary. That's why I want to see Gaethje versus Khabib so bad. Dana White says something about one of the first fights on Fight Island will be. What did he say? It was a big fight. It might have been the Khabib Gaethje, or was it a John Jones fight? I don't know. You guys could let me know too. But Zalmi, what's up, bro? Yep, Zalmi, I'm about to get off. So if anybody has any last words, if not, I'm gonna get on out of here. We are back tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Forehead, you just got here, bro. You gotta listen back to the whole episode, because I promise you, Forehead, I think this was one of the best episodes we've done. We talked about, chat, you guys let me know. I think we talked about a lot of cool topics. I think this episode flowed better than any other episode that we've had. Honestly, not saying that, Forehead, just to say we've talked about, the Khabib versus Gaethje. What's up, Forehead? Khabib versus Gaethje. We talked about Ferguson. What's next for him? Conor, Dominick Cruz. Whether the stoppage was too early. We had a lot of good conversations today. Khabib's manager Ali came out after the Ariel interview and said that the GSP is not a priority. That's true, what you said. Oh, okay, cool. Because if I was wrong, I would love to be called out for being wrong. That's what makes us better, right? So, Mikkel, thank you. Mikkel, you seem to know your stuff too, so that's awesome, man. I hope you're around more so we could talk more stuff, but it's a really good conversations today, guys, honestly. We've had some incredible conversations today. Forehead, I'm sorry that we're going to get off, but Forehead, we are going to be live. We are going to be live tomorrow, covering the fights tomorrow. Saturday, Khabib going to smoke Gaethje. Forehead, my whole thing before I get off, I just want to say, it's so hard to get off when there's so many good things to talk about. If he takes it to the ground, yes. Somebody said something about Khabib, Gaethje's cardio on the ground is not that good, and even Gaethje said it himself. Where if Khabib takes down Gaethje, Gaethje's in a world of trouble. But what if Gaethje is able just to keep it, as far as striking and standing up? Is he able to do that? Nobody has been able to do that against Khabib. But let's just imagine what happens then, bro. What happens then? It's a really interesting thing to think about. Thanks for the show growing gradually. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Mikkel. Forehead, thank you for being here, Mikkel. Mikkel, real quick. Is it Mikkel or Michael? 1 Mikkel, 2 Michael. Because we had this conversation before and I honestly forgot. I hope it's Mikkel, but it's probably Michael. 1 Mikkel, 2 Michael. I just want to know. Before I get off. I don't want to keep getting your name wrong, and it'll feel bad if you just let me keep calling your name wrong. But Cowboy versus Pettis robbery on Noir. I think who was I talking to? Was it I think it was Lasmik that he was doing the live commentary with me for that fight. I thought it was closer than the judges had it, honestly. Khabib might get a few takes on. Yeah. And what if, what if Gaethje's just able to weather the storm, but he might get tired though? Like, that's forehead. That's the thing. Like, the thing is, there's so much tape out on Khabib. The way Gaethje prepared for Ferguson was so phenomenal. What if he's able to like just game plan good enough for Khabib? It's just a thought that I'm thinking of because Gaethje's game plan against Ferguson and the way he was able to execute was so good that I was just thinking, what if against Khabib he also steps up to the plate, and he fights better on a big stage. It's just something I was thinking about. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the video. Is Trey coming tomorrow, or do I have to fight him? Hopefully we could get him tomorrow. I think he has like mic issues or something like that. He was telling me, or he forgot his headphones, doesn't have a mic. Anyways, guys, I'm about to sign off. Mikkel, if you're out there, thank you for being here. Forehead, everyone else. Yeah, Dana White makes best fights but gets corrupt judges. He's been having judge problems recently, right? Because the card before that, people were having problems with the way some fights were scored. Yeah, I'm going to go to sleep, but I'll watch you tomorrow. Yeah, Wizrat, thank you for stopping by again. I remember you, bro. Mihailo. Pronunciation. Mihailo. Tell me if I said that right. Mihailo. That's a cool name. Mihailo. I think I said that right. Trey lost his bet. Trey be losing bet. No, but he won like $130. Solid chat. See you mañana. So many great fighters. Future matchups. It's an MMA traffic jam. Props to Dana, bro. So people were criticizing him so much, but at the end of the day, I think it was great for fighting. I think it was great for the U.S. to have some entertainment. Oh, okay. Mihailo sounds cool to me though, so I'll probably just start calling you that. I think I'm saying that right. But anyways, guys, thank you for being here. Zelme. Hopefully boxing comes back soon. We've had a great night. Steeler Nation, see you tomorrow, bro. All you guys, peace, bro. You working hard and growing like you did on Twitch. I know it's been phenomenal, bro. We're growing on Twitch. We're growing on here. It's crazy. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. We'll be back tomorrow covering the fights with my co-host Zelme. And we're going to have a great time. So thank you for being here. I'm going to sign off now. Have a great night. This has been probably my most funnest talk show. It's been great. Dana White is brave. He set his mind to something and he did it. Miller blocked the shot. I don't know what that means. But anyways, guys. Miller blocked the shot on Mother's Day. Oh, now I know what you mean. I did, bro. That was a highlight of my Mother's Day. Everybody have a great night. Catch you guys tomorrow. Much love. God bless. Peace. All right. Later. Yes, I will do. All right. Sounds good, bro. Sounds good, man.